Hello, and welcome to Toilet Topics with Cody Galat. In today's episode, I'll be reviewing Game of Thrones, Episode 3, The Queen's Justice. In today's episode, we saw a lot of back and forth and a lot of things happen, so let's try to unpack that. First, right off the bat, we kind of get Jon arriving at Dragonstone. We get the first he meets back up with Tyrion. It's funny, I've been rewatching season one, and it's just crazy that a lot of these characters haven't seen each other since that first season. So it was really cool. They had some good banter between each other. And then we kind of have them walking up to the castle, and then the dragons kind of swoop in. Jon and Sir Devos are kind of like on the ground, like cowering. So it was a pretty cool moment to kind of see their reaction to the dragons. And then we kind of, you know, get Varys and Melisandre. They're kind of like on a cliff, and they're kind of conversing, and he's pretty much like pretty aggressively, kind of passively, like saying, you better get the hell out of here and go back to your country and not come back. And she's like, I have to come back to this country, and pretty much she's gonna leave, but I'm gonna come back and die just kind of like you. So it's kind of like, I don't know if she's seen something in the future. Her predictions and her visions from past seasons have been kind of wrong or off. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how she plays in the story and what role she's going to play in the remaining episodes. And then we kind of finally get Jon going and meeting Dany for the first time. She pretty much has like this speech about how like for or hundreds of years the Starks have like served House Targaryen, and she's like pretty much bend the knee and we can join forces again. He doesn't want to do that. He kind of like brings up his point of like with no offense, but you're just like a foreign invader almost, and like your father killed my grandfather, and so it's just kind of like, why should I serve you? But I don't want to be your enemy either, because Jon's all focused on the Army of the Dead and the Night King and all that stuff. So he's wanting the dragon glass. So after some kind of with talking to Tyrion and then Tyrion talking to Dany, they kind of build like a soft truce where she's like allows him to get the dragon glass and mine it, even if she might not believe him, in the hopes that he becomes an ally to fight Cersei. Which I feel like once the Mad King either gets up beyond the wall or somehow reaches the wall, it's not going to matter what the hell Cersei is doing and all the other kingdoms are doing. What's going to matter is trying to defend the world from these, army of the undead. And then we kind of get Euron. He's bringing Cersei the gift that he promised, the remaining sand snakes. So he's dragging them through the streets of King's Landing. Him and Jaime kind of have some pretty like bad banter, I guess you could say, about how like how does she like it, and he's like, what are you talking about? And he's talking about sex and everything. So it's pretty funny. And then we kind of jump down to where Cersei kind of has this like almost like crazy dialogue with the sand snakes, and she kisses her daughter, and then pretty much the poison can take up to a day, up to a couple months, and then they're going to be tortured, and she's going to keep her alive to see her daughter die and waste away. So it's pretty messed up kind of way to destroy your enemies. So she's definitely earned her title as the Mad Queen. And then we kind of jump back to Dragonstone. They learn that their fleet's been kind of decimated, and then Tyrion's kind of going over how like he planted in the sewers like a way to like sneak in, and then the Unsullied pretty much get in there and take the castle. But Grey Worm notices that it's way too easy. There should have been way more men. And then he kind of looks out on the horizon and sees the Greyjoys destroying their ships, and they're kind of like stuck there. And then we flash over to Jaime marching on the Tyrells, House Tyrell, and he pretty much decimates that army. And then he kills the old woman Tyrell. That's the last one. but right before she dies, she gets kind of the satisfaction of saying that she's the one who killed their son Joffrey. Just could see the anger in Jamie. So overall, it was a really great episode. We touched on a lot of points. Oh, and one thing I almost forgot: Bran finally makes it back to Winterfell with Stanza, and Stanza is kind of taking charge and everything. She's doing a really good job so far. But hopefully she doesn't listen to Littlefinger too much. But he kind of freaks Stanza out about how he knew about, like, her wedding day there and everything like that, and he's kind of coming off very standoffish and kind of like, is this the brother I remember, or has he lost his mind, or what's going on? So, and then he also mentions that he wants to talk to Jon. So I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. So I'm thinking, we're going to get some more story on, the fallout of the Tyrells falling, and what they're going to do. I think Dany's gonna have to. She wanted to this episode to like get on her dragons, burn some people, burn some ships. So I have a feeling that she's gonna go try to attack Euron, even though Tyrion's probably gonna tell her not to do that. And I have a feeling in the next couple episodes, I hope this doesn't happen, but I think they're going to use that weapon and maybe kill one of the dragons or wound it severely. So I hope that doesn't happen, but, we'll just have to wait and see. I think Jon is going to start, the mining on Dragonstone, and then he'll probably head back up to Winterfell to prepare his men. Him and Bran will have that conversation probably. I don't know if it'll happen next episode, but it'll happen either the next or the next one after that. And we'll kind of get his revelation of him being a Targaryen, and see how he reacts to that, and maybe that will allow him maybe to ride a dragon as well. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be pretty cool. Dany, him, and then I'm not sure who would ride the third one. Maybe the third one might be dead, like I said. So maybe just them two going at it, trying to kill the Mad King, or not the Mad King, the Night King, just blowing them up. So I look forward to the next couple episodes. We don't have that much more in the season. We just finished episode 3, so we only have 4 episodes left. So really looking forward to it. If you have any comments, or if you have anything else that I missed, please let me know in the comments below. Remember, this is Toilet Topics. Peace out.